Yeah, so, but I decide everything from top to bottom, so we collaborate. It's a good chemistry.
So how long have you been rapping?
I grew up in the rapping community
man.
in East Orange.
Oh, yeah.
Born and raised, the home of Naughty by Nature.
Yeah.
So, that was my crew, my hometown. So I grew up around them. That's where I learned a lot of hip hop and videos and touring, from nuts and bolts of hip hop. So we met a lot of, Queen Latifah, Treach from Naughty by Nature.
Yeah, that's my people.
Redman, Lords of the Underground.
Yeah.
So we grew up all around those type of influences. So it was nothing for us to pick it up like, because it's like sport,
Yeah.
Rap is like another sport as far as in the community. You play basketball,
You
football,
rap.
baseball, you rap.
Yeah.
You try to make it, big. So
Yeah.
I was able to pick it up, kind of easy.
So do you find that, that the church community, how receptive, from your view or in your views, have the church community been receptive to gospel rap?
Yeah, well, the youth is receptive to it, and a lot of traditional church people are receptive to it, but they come and they see that the word is incorporated in it, then they gravitate to it. But it kind of impact all ages. It has no limit, and that's what's kind of wowing to me, because you have an older couple or older dude, older woman say, I like it, it's a positive result, and it's like wow, and they 40, 50, 60 years old, then you got the youth, the teenagers, and they accept it, so it can really, be something big as far as potential wise is concerned.
Okay, so take us back to when you decided to really, give your heart to God, and what was that transition? In other words, what was the breaking point that really thrust you in that direction?
Amen. It's like you gotta be sick and tired of being sick and tired of doing the wrong things and making bad decisions and expecting different results. So once I kept bumping my head on that wall, I said, it got to be a better way. A lot of people that grew up with me is not here today. Either they going dead or they doing life in jail. And I didn't want to be that statistic no more. So by me going back and forth to jail, I said, you know what? I tried it my way. My best thinking got me here. So I might as well try the Lord and see what He had for my life. So I gave it to Christ. I gave it up. Prayed. In my situation, and He started opening up doorways for me and communicating with me. So once I see the results, I said, okay, He enlightened me. I said, wow. So I seen the influence that I had on the community as far as in a negative sense. I said, okay, now if I flip it, maybe
turn that to a positive.
Turn it to a positive.
So what has been the impact of this change amongst your friends? You know how sometimes our friends know us in one particular way.
Yeah.
So when you made the change, what impact did it have on your friends?
Well, they're gonna support me any type of way, regardless whether it's a negative or positive. But at first they'd be like, I'm not feeling that, but the beauty of it is like controversy. My whole life is controversial because I did negative stuff for a long period of time. Now I'm turning it around, so some people are gonna believe in the change, and some people not gonna believe in the change. And I'm being transparent, like an open book. So I don't, I'm all out there. So that's the beauty of it. It's gonna be controversy anyway. So if they talk negative about it, that's good. They still talking. So they're gonna have to judge one way or the other. So it's all good, and I'm ready for that. Just like when the TV shows and the reality TV, they show the fights, controversy, and all that stuff. It's a negative aspect, but everybody come to watch it. So the same thing. If they don't believe in the change, then that's the one we talking about. But then they believe in it, then they're like, okay, they inspired to do best. So.
I think the good thing about what you're doing too is that even though you might have some naysayers, people who didn't like the change or don't believe in the change initially, they're gonna see in the proof in what you're living and how you're living and how your life is progressing because of the changes that you made. So I think that's probably the benefit,
Yeah.
That you'll have naysayers in the beginning, but you know, if they're paying attention, they'll see.
Hey, whatever field you in, you're gonna have haters.
Oh, most definitely.
This is very true.
You talk about that all the time.
Yeah. Just because you know I'm striving to do the right thing. I'm not a perfect either. You know, so they looking for you to make that mistake or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But a righteous man falls 7 times. He get up.
Absolutely.
You gotta get back up. So we fall down, but we get up. You know, so I don't portray to be perfect or whatever, but my life is a testimony that you too can be successful. You too can turn your life around and become a role model or reach your goals and achieve your dreams, you know, if you strive for it. You know, it's a possibility. It's not all that we gotta just settle for less or settle for the negativity or just be accustomed to going to jail or selling drugs, as the case may be. No, get you a job, stay out of trouble, take care of your family, you know, and go to work, mind your business, you know, and be a positive role model in society. That's how you reach your goals and your dreams.
Well, let me ask you this question. How would you describe yourself as an artist?
As an artist, I would say I'm very experienced, so I would compare me to like a Nas, more conscious rapper, Common, who else? You could say a Jada Kiss with consciousness as far as my delivery, my flow. So I listen to all those rappers, you know. So I'm just converting it over into the gospel world, you know, in an aspect that you can relate to, you know, in hip hop form.
So all of the individuals who you named before, you know, who you've been associated with, you know, from growing up, so on and so forth, Murder by Nature, and others, you know, just like that. I mean, have you communicated with them, and have you spoke to them about the change that you've experienced as an individual?
Well, I try to live by example.
Okay.
You know, I speak to them. You know, we're grown up now, so we don't speak on a day-to-day basis. You know, but you know, we touch bases on social media, or I pick up the phone and call them, or we in functions. We go to, you know, we have a party or whatever the case may be. I see them, you know, and we kick it, and I let them know what I'm up to and what I'm doing, and they, you know, they support me. Yeah.
That's good.
Well, you know, I tell you, man, the political climate is like crazy right now. I mean, let me ask you this question. You know, back in the day, you know, when rap first came out, it had a positive motive. You understand what I mean? A lot of those rappers spoke to the situations
issues that we were dealing with
in society
at the time.
So, from your perspective, now, I mean, you know, you listen to rap today, you know, I don't know whether you would even consider it as being rap, you know, just based upon the, you know, the content that's spoken about, rapped about. But do you feel that a rap artist has an obligation to speak to the times that we're living in?
Well, it depends on the rap artist. You know, I feel as though I would have that obligation to speak to what's going on now.
Right.
First of all, from my lifestyle, from what I've been through, talk about me, then I could talk about what's going on in the community and what direction we need to be going as a whole. You know, so yeah, I would say they have a voice, and you would try to use that voice to impact your community and uplift the people. But I only can speak for myself.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I think I saw you do. You do seem to do a lot of stuff in the community. Actually,
yes.
Can you talk about that a bit?
Yes, we do. We have a lot of programs, outreach programs that we, you know, we feed the poor, we shelter the poor, clothe them. I'm a head coach of football team, so I'm mentoring the youth.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so and we got championship back to back.
What district?
Beat us a couple times.
Yeah.
What district are you in?
East Orange.
Oh, okay.
AYF Panther, East Orange Panther, stand up. I know y'all out there.
Is that the district, or is that the town?
The town.
Okay.
The town of East Orange. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you might know Steve Wyatt. You know Steve Wyatt?
I gotta know.
Yeah, you probably know him. Okay, well that's what's up, y'all.
You talking about the officer, right?
Yeah, the officer, yeah.
You know Wyatt.
Yeah,
you know Wyatt.
Yeah, because he's big into sports, and, you know, football and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's great. I mean, for your team, I mean, what lessons? I mean, being a coach, I mean, that is such a powerful position. I mean, so what is your mission, or what are you trying to instill within your within your team?
Well, I'm trying to instill good quality characteristics and morals in the kids. Just to strive for what they want to do and believe that they can achieve it. You know what I mean? Look at my life as a testimony. Look at my mistakes as an example of not to do, because I could have probably went to college playing ball, but I made bad decisions and ended up hustling in the streets. You know, and missed my window, missed my opportunity. So that's my passion. And what I give back to them is like, listen, you guys got an opportunity. Don't mess up. You know what I mean? The streets is going to be there. The females is going to be there. But stay on the right path. Keep your grades up. And you never know, this football can lead you to success. You know, so I try to teach them life skills. I don't just teach them football. I teach them life skills. You know, it's a job.
That's a real coach.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So, I mean, what plans do you have for the future?
Oh man, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. More programs. Spiritual Ammo. The album is out.
Okay.
We promoting that. So we're gonna push that real hard, and the football, continue to do that. In the community. This is my life. This is what I do every day. So it's like I'm putting my life on display, because there's nothing, you know, tainted. This is all authentic. You know, the communities that I'm in, I'm giving back. You know, we doing food drives. My wife, she head of INIC community center, shelter center. We feed the poor. So, you know, when I say this is what we need to be doing, uplifting, I'm not just talking about it. I'm actually
You're
living
being
it.
about it,
You know,
absolutely.
That's what's up, y'all.
Yes.
And I applaud you, man.
Both of you.
Absolutely.
Clearly, this is your partner right here.
Yeah.
And you didn't even touch on that. I think you're on several daycare centers as well.
Oh yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. How many we own? 9 daycares.
You own 9 daycare centers? Good Lord.
So we really
Trying to get
y'all
back to
getting it
That's
done.
right. Y'all are the community.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so we try
Very
to impact
good.
them from, and we started another company, another program, you know, for like the teenagers and the young adults, you know, like a shelter mentoring program, so that they can get job skills and trades and stuff like that, and it'll have the result to, you know, to the streets or whatever the case may be, just to make ends meet. You know, like a big brother shelter type of program, so that they have
That's
somewhere
awesome.
to go, and somewhere to talk to, you know, because people be wanting to talk to people or have an outlet, and they don't have no outlet, and there's the frustration, and they end up doing something they were supposed to be doing, or getting involved. Well, the GAP program is the name of
The GAP program, that's right.
The Gang Alternative Program.
Hey, man,
Nice.
That's fantastic,
That's great,
y'all.
man.
That is fantastic, because so many of y'all young people, man, I think it's because of lack of mentorship.
Exactly.
You know, there's so many single parent homes these days, and these youngsters are looking for love. They're looking for attention. They're looking for leadership, nurturing, and direction. You know, so that's why a lot of times the gangs, you know, seems to have such an appealing effect.
They looking for acceptance.
They're looking for acceptance.
And they want to belong somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's no way
And
to
you make it
belong.
feel like this
Right.
is,
And the gangs make them feel
Like
belong,
family.
like they accept it.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
family.
Yeah, so it's like we got to create an environment that they can utilize their energy, utilize their talents, and they can feel accepted. So that's why I choose sports. You know what I mean? They could use their energy.
That's
their
a good
talents,
positive.
You know, and that's where I came from. So I remember days when I played sports from when my coaches told me that the principles stick with me to this day. You know, pride, discipline, and self-respect. I learned that as a youth, and I teach my kids that to this day.
Same principle.
You know, because I realized once I came to my senses, you know, God enlightened me. All these principles came right back to me. You know, stuff my mother taught me, my grandmother, it came right back to me like it was, you know, right there, written on the wall. You know, and we go astray from the actual lessons that we taught. But they say train a child up in the way he should go. You know, so when he makes those mistakes, he'll remember.
Right.
You know, so don't think, you know, your kids, you got kids out there, you tell them this and that and the third, that they not listening. They hear you. They just trying to become who they are in their own identity. You know, but when they get to that point, they're going to reflect off of what you told them, and they're going to get it right.
Well, I tell you, man, I wish that, you know, to my listeners out there, man, Deacon is really dropping some knowledge right now.
Yes.
He's
Yes,
really dropping some
absolutely.
knowledge. So Deacon, let me ask you a question. What's behind the name?
The name.
Yes. Are you a deacon?
I'm a deacon.
Okay.
Not in the church. I'm a deacon as far as the ministry concerned, as far as what I'm speaking, what I'm preaching. You know, my knowledge, wisdom, and my music. You know, because I want them to know that this is from God. You know what I mean? My life, because I could be dead. You know, I could be doing life in prison.
Yeah, man.
But glory to God, I'm still here, so I'm here to tell somebody about my life so that they too can make the right directions or have that beacon of role model to say, oh, okay, it is possible that we can be successful. We can still be cool. We can still be hip and be positive. You know.
Well, that's great. I mean, have you gone into the school systems yet, or?
Yeah, we at daycare, so I'm all.
Oh yeah, okay. I guess I'm thinking in terms of like, you know, the public school system, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You know, where there are a lot of teenagers and youth, you know.
That's my tour. That's what I'm touring. I'm gonna tour the schools.
Okay.
I'm gonna hit the youth houses.
Okay.
We actually, you know, I work for the teachers union, and we have a few different things throughout the year where, like the Minority Leadership Conference, the Urban Education Conference, and we tend to talk about things that, you know, like in the community. You know, we have people that are speaking on how we have to change education to gear it towards the people in the community, because, you know, like the way the certain things are, it's like you're kind of pigeonholing them, you're putting them in the position. It's like a school, it's a pipeline from school to prison. That's it. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So they're you know, like the conferences are ways to talk about, you know, open your eyes to the new ways that you need to try to educate children from these different types of communities. I actually think that you would be a great person to be.
Give me a call. I'll be right there.
I'm not kidding. I'm going to give you my card after.
With experience, you know what I mean?
Yeah, somebody with experience that can speak on these issues, because I feel like there's a lot of people that are not open to it. They're not. They just don't know, you know.
It's a lot of
More
people.
Importantly, they don't. Some people just don't want to know. You know what I mean? I think you have a lot to offer.
That's a good point you're saying, because a lot of people they go to school, they get educated. Even the ones that get educated go to college. They get degrees and they end up having a job, and it's have nothing to do with the degree or what they went to school for.
Right.
You know, so that was just them learning something that they didn't even have the passion to carry it out. And so it's like having knowledge itself. You got to know the actual community, the kids, the individuals, and teach them in the manner that they can receive it. You know, whereas though, okay, this guy's good with his hands, so he need to be learning about
absolutely.
He don't need to be learning about you know
science.
Because
there's a book that Steve Harvey wrote, you know, entitled Jump, and he was speaking to that. He says the keys to success is when a person can align their natural gifts with their mission.
Exactly. And that's what spiritual ammo is.
Those are the keys of success.
That's what spiritual ammo is.
That was going to be my next question, actually. I wanted you to explain spiritual ammo.
Spiritual ammo is the word of God says that we have weapons. You know, spiritual weapons. You know, through prayer. You know, through worship. You know, through His word, we are protected.
Right.
You know, because God is like, it's karma. You reap what you sow. You reap what you sow. So we got to load up our weapons and utilize them, the principles, in order to make the right decisions and line your talents up with your goals. You know, so that you will have your spiritual ammo lined up so that you're going to reach your goals. And you'll be more, you have a better opportunity to be successful because you're making the right decisions off of the principles that you were supposed to be ordained from birth. You know, which is the Creator, your higher power, whatever it may be. If it makes you a better person, then more, you know, power to you.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, it's so important for people to be comfortable with who they are. You know, everybody's so much, not everybody, but there are some who are always trying to be like everybody else. But if they just learn to be comfortable with who they are, you know, and embrace, you know, their gifts and embrace their talents, they'd be better off for it, bro. Better off for it. Yeah.
So that's what it is, because the culture is kind of molding our youth. You know, so even with the hip hop culture, you know, 90% of hip hop is negative. You have 10% that's talking about something really relevant. You know, and it's time like to break that chain. So when a young youth is growing up, his identity is already curtailed out for him by the community and the culture that he's listening to. So it's hard for him to find knowledge of who he really is,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
knowledge of himself, his true identity,
Mm-hmm.
and that's learning your talents, what your true passion is, what you want to be. Everybody want to be accepted in this culture,
Yeah.
and this culture is speaking nothing but negativity. You know what I mean?
And you know what?
Degrading women or whatever the case may be. So we don't have a chance to be our true self.
Yeah.
And people
Because
are
we're trying to
scared
be
to
accepted.
be out, exactly. So they scared to
Trying
be
to-
their true self because they're looking for acceptance. If I be my
Trying to
true
fit
self,
in.
am I still gonna be cool? Am I? Yeah.
Yeah, but those jokers, man, and you know, I'm sure that there'll be those who will disagree with me. But you got a lot of those guys are sellouts, man. Just selling out their own community, their own people
Yeah.
for money.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's not even cool. I mean, and you know what's ironic about that? The people who run the music industry, they're not even within our ethnicity, yo.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
And they're the ones who
And
set
they're the ones
agenda.
who
but
are
the
setting
thing-
the
the-
tone,
yeah, the
they're
thing is
setting,
this.
making the decisions
Yes.
on the music
A lot of
that you hear.
artists make it big, and they're no longer doing the stuff that they're talking about.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So they say
Right.
shoot them up, bang, bang,
Right.
They're not
disregard
doing
this.
that
They're
stuff.
not doing that no more.
Right.
But the youth is listening to them, believing that they're
Exactly.
still
This is
doing
what
it.
you got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so the youth have to wisen up. Like these guys are still saying this because of the big guy is saying this is the type of music I want. This is the type of music that's you know is accepted. You know, so that's what's going on, and you got to be able to decipher what's going on in between.
Well,
Yeah.
see, well, I think that's the reason why it's important for artists such as yourself to get out there, especially the independent artists. I'm not talking about the artists who are kind of like locked up, you know, by the labels and whatever. But it's going to take artists such as yourself, man, and others to get out there and break that chain, yo.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm here for. I appreciate y'all for having me.
Absolutely.
no
You know,
doubt,
get
bro.
trouble in here, man.
No doubt, man. Listen, I'm digging your music, and there are other stations that are playing your music now?
Yeah. What's some of the other stations, man?
A lot. I know a lot overseas.
Yeah.
Africa.
Oh, okay.
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 Africa.
Well, that's
But
what's
it's
up,
coming
yo.
around, you know, because it has to make its breakthrough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most
you know,
definitely.
Well, you made a breakthrough here. I'll
So
tell you
we're
that
gonna
much.
play your music, yo.
When we
Yeah.
say we
I'm
listen
going
to
from
and we
station-
support independent
Yeah.
artists, we actually
We're gonna
put your
play your
stuff
music,
in
bro.
rotation.
We're gonna play your
Going from
music.
station to station.
Yeah, man,
you
no
know.
doubt. But listen, we got
Um,
hold your point, because we're going to the top of the hour right now. So what we want to do is we're gonna, play some music up to the top of the hour, and then we'll be right back. Okay?
I'm gonna play something. You ready for me, JB?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. We really applaud your efforts, and
Yes, we do.
I mean, a coach, a mentor, entrepreneur, artist.
a humanitarian, giving back, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's awesome, yo.
It is. It is.
That's awesome, man. I'm just so
Appreciate
glad that you were able to come through and to share, because I'm sure that there are many people out there who may not have been aware,
Yeah.
but they're glad that they are aware now.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And what you were saying today, I'm sure that it has resonated within the hearts and minds of so many people, yo.
Yeah, yeah. And like he's saying, JB, people need to know that, you could turn your life around. It's never too late.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to get him up on here,
Mhm.
and especially people in the urban area that, this was somebody who came up through
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
and won,
Mhm.
and survived. And,
Mhm.
and that's why I knew his message. And me and him spoke all the time. We grew up together. I knew people needed to hear that. Especially in our community, you see
Yeah.
positive
Yeah.
role models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let them know that, hey, we
Yeah.
can do it too. You don't
Yeah.
have to be on the street. You don't
Right.
have to be a rapper or play basketball.
Right.
I kind of wanted to add that, you actually kind of went on to what I was saying. Like, basically, you don't have to be,
That's it.
you don't have to hitch your wagon to some
Yes.
major star. They, it's not all about becoming a football player or basketball player, but, people like yourself who have been through the rough stuff and found a way and made it, put a positive spin. I mean, you own 9 daycares.
Yeah.
If that's not
Exactly.
turning things around, I don't know what
I
is.
know I'm gonna get a job at when I get one.
I would listen. We need to talk. I know some friends that run.
Yeah,
some,
yeah, application right
Yeah.
after you leave, bro.
Yeah.
Well, you can get my CD on CD Baby.
Okay.
You go to CD Baby.
Mhm.
You go to iTunes. Just punch in Deacon Dundada, or you can punch in the album name Spirituamo. All the information will pop up. You go to my website deacondundada.com.
That's
for
what
booking
we're gonna-
arrangements and all that stuff.
We're gonna spell this out for y'all.
Oh yeah.
That's www.deacondondydy.com.
Amen.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Fantastic.
Yes, yes.
Well, Deacon, thank you so much, sir. for coming through and sharing your story with us and
Thanks for having
sharing
me.
your
Yes.
wonderful music with us. And like I said, yo, we're gonna put this in.
It's in rotation.
Because this is, I love the music, yo. I love the vibe. You know, I like that.
I like the
that.
story behind it.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
And
Until
you wanna
you,
do so much
I
with
would
it,
actually-
too,
I
man.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
back.
I would-
Just give me a call.
yeah, no doubt. Yo.
I would also
Look.
ask if you can please let us know when you're doing, you know, your community
Right.
events. You know, we definitely like to, you know, if we can promote it, you know, however we can help, you know, we definitely like to do what we can to give back
Yeah,
to
you got my
community
man,
as well.
Doc, just
So
hit me up and
Yeah.
we'll stay connected,
we'll
man.
We'll do. Go out there, get the album, Spirituamo. Love y'all. Thank
Love you
y'all
too,
for
bro.
support.
Yeah.
You know, now we got a whole nother family right
Yes,
here.
sir.
That's
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
We
right.
gotta each one teach one.
Yeah,
help
man.
each other out.
Absolutely.
And to your beautiful wife, you know, they said
Yes.
behind every strong
Big boy,
man.
Minister,
Yes.
big boy,
Yes. Wonderful
Siskins in the
woman, so-
building.
beside every strong
Just
man,
trying to change.
Strong woman.
she appreciated it.
Exactly.
Okay, all right.
For the ladies, I got my I got First Ladies. A song called First Ladies is real impactful and empowering the women out
Okay,
there,
okay.
Very
uplifting the
nice.
women. We're not
Okay.
degrading nothing. We uplifting them
Most
out there.
definitely.
You know, for them inspiring Michelle Obamas, for them inspiring Oprah Winfrey's. Y'all can do it. Them single
Yeah.
parents out there,
Yeah.
stand up just for y'all.
And tell them we're going to get to it right after this.
Yeah, most definitely. And to my friend over here, what's your friend's
That's my
name?
cousin Rasu right
Oh,
here.
Rasu. What's up,
Okay,
bro?
Rasu,
What's
we
up,
want to
man?
say
Yeah,
hi to
sure.
Rasu. He's in the
Yeah,
studio
good,
with us
good,
today
good,
too.
good,
My little
good.
Yeah,
cuz
get you
right
on
there.
camera.
Yeah, that's what's up.
This is all East Orange right here. This
All
is
East Orange. Yo, I
on
live
this
in
side.
We
East
got
Orange.
East
Yeah,
Orange.
this all East Orange right here.
No, you don't know.
It's all EO right
Come on,
here.
hold up. Now she gonna tell me where I don't live. Where I live.
What's the name of the street behind you?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Okay, I know the street I'm on though. Yeah, but bruh, listen, thank you so much.
Appreciate
All right.
it. You welcome.
Okay, so everybody,
Thank you,
this is
thank you.
Deacon.
Don
Deacon
Dada.
Dada.
Okay,
Yep,
so
Don
everybody,
Dada.
Spirituamo.
okay, and go to
Yes.
cdbaby.com.
cdbaby.com,
Purchase-
iTunes, punch it in,
Yeah.
Spirituamo, Deacon
Absolutely, it's
Dundada.
fire,
Okay,
man.
that's
Yeah.
what's up, yo. All right, bro.
Thank
Like
you.
that First
Thank
Ladies,
you.
bro.